Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So it's the middle of August and I have a jumper on. It's getting really cold this week and yes, I'm really surprised and upset where the weather's gone. But today's video is about my essentials for race day. Now, when I first came up with the idea of this, I thought I'd come up with like 5 things that are essential to your kit bag or to take along with you to a race, whether it be like a short distance, 5k, all the way up to sort of like marathon, ultra marathon. However, when I started writing this list, there were 7 things that are essential that are always sort of in my kit bag or what I take with me to a race. So without further ado, let's get started. So number 1 on my list, one of the most important things, it's part of my kit and I couldn't live without these, and I'm sure that other people would agree. I get like loads of compliments when I'm running. I get people asking me where these from, but basically these are my shorts. You will have seen me, if you've seen any like race photos, I don't race in anything but these. So these are Fusion C3 shorts. Why I love them so much is that they're sort of like, they're not particularly high-waisted, but they sit well around the hips, and it's the pockets that do it for me. These pockets, they are amazing. So in here I put things like my phone, I put gels if I'm out running on my own, if I'm like stopped somewhere, I put my like car key or my house keys in there. They're just literally amazing. They fit well because they are sort of like tighter, they don't like rise up like other shorts do. So for me, these are an essential. So they're by a company called Fusion International. They do a lot of like triathlon type clothing, but this is part of their running section. And the Fusion C3 shorts, they do them both male and female, and they also do some other style of shorts. James has got a pair which are like this, but they've got like a flappy overlay on top. So yeah, if you're going to try out some shorts, Fusion C3. I think these are about 60 or 70 pounds, but honestly, they are worth the investment. I've got 2 pairs. I've got a pair of leggings as well that are used in the winter, and the best thing is genuinely is the pockets. You can put things in there, they don't bounce around or move, and they're really, really safe. So I've used these for the London Marathon this year. I had my phone in one pocket because I was listening to music, and then I had, I think, a gel in that side and then 3 gels in the other, so I could hold 4 gels comfortably and my phone. So yep, that is number 1 for me. Okay, number 2, I have always suffered with blisters in races, never normally within training, but it's always gotten to race day. And I think the fact that you're running a little faster than when you're in training for a sustained period of time, your feet get a lot hotter, they swell up, and despite, you know, swearing by normal socks, I then get really bad blisters. The worst one was, I think, my first London Marathon. I took my shoes off and my poor nan was like, "Oh, Katie, your feet." So since then I've been on the search for a product, and this got recommended, I believe, on Twitter, but it's the For Her anti-chafe and moisturising balm. I believe they have it in like a men's as well, in blue. So I think it's for him. I don't know the difference, if I'm being honest. But you can put this on any part of your body, it says, before activity or any time. So because it's a balm, you can just simply just wipe it onto the skin. So I do, it's good like under the arms, especially like with t-shirts where you tend to chafe under here. For men, I guess you could use it around the nipple region, but for me it's perfect on the feet. So I just literally put it over the top of the feet, underneath, and then I like scrape them off and put it in between my toes. Rank, I know, but this is genuinely the best thing that I have found for not getting blisters. So that's my other race essential. I forgot this a couple of weeks ago, and I got 2 really bad blisters, and so it's my own fault for not taking this with me. Number 3 is my trusty Goofoffs. You can see them. I'm not sure what these ones are, the style of them, but these are just sort of like slider type. They're in like a matte colour as well, so, you know, a bit stylish rather than just the normal plain black ones. And I absolutely love them. They're really soft, they're really spongy. I wear them before a race, just travelling to the event, and then afterwards, like when you take your shoes and socks off, they're perfect to wear after. And they're just genuinely, I keep saying genuinely, but seriously, invest in a pair. They are a little pricey for flip-flops, but the feel, they're obviously called Goofoffs, they after a race. They're the one. Okay, number 4, we now move on to some nutrition products. So for me, I don't ever live without my SIS gels. I wouldn't take this for a 5k, let's be honest. 10k, yes, if I'm racing hard for a 10k, I do take a gel sometimes, and it's normally around mile 4, but more so gels perfect for half marathons and full marathons. I personally love these a lot just because of the consistency. To other people, these may be too thick, but my favourite flavour at the moment is tropical, seeing it is summer. So this is my go-to, and I forgot, that shows how out of practice I am. I didn't take this for one of my races the other week, and I was regretting it heavily by not having my SIS Science and Sports gels. Okay, now we move on to number 5, another nutrition product, and this is more for recovery afterwards, so post-race, and it is my protein. So I have protein, I've got a little bit left in here, but I have protein, whey protein after a race. At a race, it's, you know, it's really busy, there's a lot going on, the atmosphere. You can't always, like, you get a goodie bag, but sometimes in that goodie bag is a packet of crisps, and okay, yes, you know, some salt after a race is perfect, but I always try and get some protein straight after a race. So something like a whey protein shake is ideal. I put sort of like between 1 to 2 scoops in here, and then always events give out water, so just whack some water in there, give it a bit of a shake, and there we are. Make sure that I've got my protein just to help with muscle repair and recovery. And I do notice on the dates that I don't take it after a race, my legs do suffer a little bit more, so I always make sure that I try and take some form of recovery. You can get them in pre-packaged like protein shakes already, but I like this because I know what's going in it. It's literally just the protein product and water. So that's number 5 now. Okay, number 6 on my list is my Garmin. Now, I did debate whether I was going to put this as part of the like one of my race essentials, but it is, but I normally wear my Garmin quite a lot on a day-to-day basis anyway, so I was a bit unsure whether I should include it, but I am going to include my Garmin watch in there, because for me, I use it to track my pace, my time, distance. You know, you shouldn't always, it's not always accurate. GPS isn't always accurate. There's certain races out there that it doesn't, you know, you look at the mile markers and you look at your watch and it's just not correlating in the slightest whatsoever. But just in terms of overall elapsed time, you know, it's good to track your pace, and also making sure that you can track it so that if you do get a PB, then it can go into Garmin Connect and Strava, and you can show off to all your friends. So my Garmin definitely comes with me to all races. If I'm gonna make sure I've got anything, it's my Garmin and obviously my trainers. Oh yeah, I didn't include I haven't put trainers as part of this, but I think that's pretty standard really, because yeah, I'd say trainers are pretty standard to take to a race, and that's a big thing. Trainers, everyone's got their own thing that works for them in terms of brands and also the fit, so I won't go into trainers today. Last but not by any means least, the final product, which was a bit of a last minute entry, was my aftershocks. These are the Trex Titanium. I have done a product review on these before, and the good thing about these is that they are EA or England Athletic approved. So a lot of races now don't let you take headphones if they're not on closed roads. So not all races will allow you to wear them, but I do just take them in my bag just in case. Certain races I do wear headphones and certain races I don't. So when I first started running, I would say that I always used headphones. And then I got into a stage where when I first started going out with James doesn't race with music. So then I was like, well, I don't need to race with music either. And, you know, I'm a proper athlete and things like that. But I found that, you know, when it gets tough, having music really keeps me going. You know, the other week I was out for an interval session and my headphones died, and when I was doing my reps, I could then really hear my breathing and my heart rate and my leg turnover, and I could hear a lot more external noises, and I was like, this is really off-putting. So having music really kind of trying to focuses me. So I did take them for the London Marathon, and I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to take in the atmosphere as much as listening to the music as well, but actually I was able to do both really easily, because they sit literally here, and because there is a lot of external noise going on, you hear that quite a lot, and so I couldn't actually necessarily hear the music, and the roar from the crowds was overpowering the music, whereas then in the quieter periods when I really needed to dig deep, I could really tune into the music. So, and obviously they come with a function where you can turn them up and down, how low you want them, so when there were certain periods that it was really busy, I did just turn them down, and then places that I needed it more, I turned the music up. So I find that music is a real motivator for me, and it really does help me. So my aftershocks are definitely something that come along with me. Not necessarily where I always race with them, but they are a product that I take. So there we are, my 7, it was going to be 5, but my 7 essential things for my races. So just to recap, my Fusion shorts, just because of the pockets, my anti-chafing cream, so to stop any chafing from underneath or any blisters on my feet. Number 3 is my Goofoffs to wear before and after the race. Then we move on to 4 and 5, which is the nutrition, so my gels, which help me throughout the race, and the recovery protein shake, which is for afterwards. My Garmin, and not last but not least, number 7 is the aftershocks. So they're my essential race, my race essentials. Comment below with what you like to take to races and what else you find essential for yours. I have obviously missed off trainers, they are an essential, but you know, I think they're pretty standard. So let me know what you like to take along with races, and I hope that this has been useful and to introduce you to some new products that you might not really be aware of. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.